A major New Japan star has called out two top AEW wrestlers, and AEW president Tony Khan has made an unusual claim. But first, a wrestling legend has been fired after going violently off the script. During WrestleMania weekend, MLW's L.A. Park, the former La Parka in WCW, would reportedly intentionally hurt his fellow workers at last week's Intimidation Games tapings. The angle was supposed to set up a future match between Jacob Fatu and Park, with the Park family stable running in to attack Fatu and his ally Alexander Hammerstone as planned. However, the group that consists of LA Park Jr. and El Hijo de LA Park went into business for themselves, hitting their adversaries for real with strikes and reckless chair shots. Both Hammerstone and Fatu were left bleeding from the incident, which led to the Parks being fired from the promotion. The trio was sent home on Friday, April 1st, the night after the tapings, and changes had to be made to MLW's Azteca Underground that night. It was noted by Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Hammerstone was seen yelling at Park when they got backstage, seemingly calling him out for a fight. Park then acted like he didn't understand English. LA Park had been with MLW since 2018, having also worked for the original MLW in 2002 and 2003. His son El Hijo de LA Park began working with MLW in 2018, holding their tag titles for 297 days last year, and LA Park Jr. joined in 2020. Next up, more talent movement is expected between WWE and AEW. This past weekend, Cody Rhodes would return to WWE, marking the first major jump from All Elite Wrestling since the company was founded in 2019. On the other hand, a number of talents have already gone the other way, whether it be due to releases or contracts that had expired. This week, AEW president Tony Khan would speak with ESPN's Mark Raimondi, where he would discuss Rhodes' departure and his relationship with him, before noting that this likely won't be the first time WWE signed one of AEW's stars, and he would say, "Like I've said, I appreciate the things Cody and his wife Brandy Rhodes did in AEW, and I saw Cody show up in WWE. Like I said before, he showed up there, it's all still true, I still like him and wish him the best. I'm appreciative of the stuff he did in AEW, we spent hundreds and hundreds of hours together and know each other very well. I think we parted on very good terms. It's not anything unusual to see stars coming from other promotions, including WWE, into AEW. I think it is now a little different to see a star from AEW go onto WWE television. I think as the years go by, we're a young promotion, it was bound to happen sooner or later, and now it has." Over recent months, there has been reports that suggest Cody isn't the only AEW name that WWE are interested in, with Jade Cargill, Wardlow, Ethan Page, and MJF said to be on their shortlist. Khan feels that the movement between companies is great for wrestlers and said, "We have a lot of great wrestlers here. I expect there probably will be down the road interest in some of them because we're putting on such strong shows. I think there's bound to be free agent movement on both sides of the competition. I think it's great for the wrestlers." History shows that jumps from one promotion to the other is an inevitable part of the business, with WWE's recent acquisition of an All Elite Wrestling executive being the perfect example. But which AEW wrestler do you think will be the next to make the jump to WWE? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, a dream match has been announced for the next episode of AEW Dynamite. This Wednesday, AEW will host Dynamite from the Uno Lakefront Arena in New Orleans, where a match for the Ring of Honor television title will take place. New champion Minoru Suzuki, who won the belt last Saturday at Supercard of Honor, is set to take on AEW and Ring of Honor's newest signing, Samoa Joe, Joe's second match since signing for the companies. This will be the first time ever that the two hard-hitting wrestlers will compete against each other, and AEW president Tony Khan claimed that it's a match that he's dreamed of for years. It seems that Samoa Joe could be set to win the ROH television title, with it unlikely that AEW would book him to lose his second match for the promotion. Now let's look at some new champions in GCW. Last night, the Briscoes would put their GCW tag titles on the line against Ali Catch and Effie at the GCW Paranoid event. Mark and Jay Briscoe would lose their second title belts in a matter of 1 week, when Catch and Effie were able to secure the win, ending the Briscoes' second ever reign with the belts. This follows the brothers' Ring of Honor tag title loss last Saturday at Supercard of Honor, where they lost to FTR. As for the new champions, this is the first time Ali and Effy have held a title in Game Changer Wrestling, leading to a big reaction from the crowd. Despite losing 2 titles in 1 week, the Briscoes still hold the House of Glory tag belts. Their GCW title reign began on the 31st of March and lasted just 9 days. Next up, let's go across to Japan, as there is some good news for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Ever since the pandemic began in 2020, travel between Japan and the United States has been heavily restricted, with it extremely difficult to secure visas for American-based talent. According to Fightful Select, this has now changed, with NJPW now having started to secure visas for more foreign talent, with more names expected in the next few months, including for the Best of the Super Juniors tournament. The report notes that several big names had hoped to work in Japan over the past couple of years, which looks set to finally happen. Whilst it's unclear who these big names are, there's hope from fans that the likes of Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, and Samoa Joe can make the jump at some point in the future via the Forbidden Door. Let's not forget that one of the reasons Danielson even signed with AEW in the first place was because it would allow him to work in Japan for New Japan, whilst also working in the States at the same time, so hopefully this can finally happen. But which American-based talent would you like to see work in New Japan Pro Wrestling? Let me know in the comments down below. And speaking of New Japan, a major New Japan Pro Wrestling name has called out 2 top AEW stars. This week, former IWGP Heavyweight Champion Hiroshi Tanahashi would speak with Sports Illustrated, where he would make his goals known for the future, with winning the IWGP United States Championship being top of that list. And Tanahashi would say, "Recapturing the US heavyweight title before I return to the United States. That is what I need to do. I want to do that for my fans. The presence of fans is my #1 treasure. Without them, the significance of being a professional wrestler is not the same. The desire to have them enjoy professional wrestling brings out the absolute best abilities of the wrestlers and pushes us beyond our limits." The Ace's focus would then shift to 2 AEW stars, with him wanting a match with both CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, and he would add, "I wrestled against Bryan once in my youth, and now I want to fight him again as a superstar. CM Punk is famous all over the world, so I would like to wrestle him in a situation that will be big news across the world." With the news of New Japan having started to secure more visas for foreign talent, a match with either man is now more likely than ever, with Punk or Danielson being a huge addition to the New Japan roster were it to happen. Perhaps it could even take place in AEW, with Tanahashi having originally been planned to wrestle for the promotion last year before he was replaced by Satoshi Kojima at All Out 2021 in the match against Jon Moxley. And if you've got this far and you're enjoying the video so far, make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss the latest wrestling news. And finally, AEW President Tony Khan has made an unusual claim. Khan would take to Twitter on Friday to give his thoughts on the anti-AEW community, claiming that much of the hate AEW receives online is the result of bots. And he would say, "An independent study has confirmed that much of the staunch anti-AEW online community aren't real individuals. It's a staff running thousands of accounts plus an army of bots to signal boost them. Look closely, these aren't real people. Who'd pay for such a wildly expensive thing? Research this one yourselves." Following the tweet, Wrestling Inc. would reach out to Khan for further clarification on his comments, with him providing a further statement regarding the matter, and he would say, "Waiting for final study, but here's what my expert confirmed. It's people with real live accounts making posts and then using their bots to manipulate the social channel algorithm by backing them up with engagement from a made-up Twitter identity. Social media teams will often fight on this. Bots are great for numbers, and when they're gone, you'll see a dip in digital conversation impressions. Both those were either negative sentiments or not real anyway. For example, I tweet Mega only eats rotten bananas. I throw say 18 bots behind it, which takes about 5 minutes to do. Twitter security can't differentiate when done well, neither can most social teams. The problem becomes every time people type Mega into the search bar, because of a real account supported by bots, the first suggested results would be tweets about Mega eating rotten bananas. I'm oversimplifying, but that's the 5-cent version of what's happening. WWE superstar Becky Lynch would take a shot at the AEW president, parroting his comments almost word for word, while switching out AEW for Becky. It's difficult to find a way to wrap this story up other than I think it's important to block out hate. Although at the same time, it's just as important to find ways to improve through criticism. And I guess we'll have to wait and see if any official report is released. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 things that you didn't know about AEW's Hook.